And today I have for you a 20 minutes Pilates burn. You're going to get those muscles firing, those small muscle groups connecting to the big muscle groups. We're going to get your body all aligned. You're going to feel fabulous afterwards and worked. This is a great workout to do on its own, or it's fabulous to do before you're going to go for a run or a walk or another workout, just to get those muscles firing, that body aligned, so you get that optimal muscle firing pattern going to get the most out of your workouts. So come join me on the mat. This is for all levels, and we're going to have a great time together. Why don't we go back to honestly, I'm open wide. Hi guys, let's get down the mat. And you don't need anything today. So let's get into our Pilates. We're in a bit of a warm up and then we'll get deep into those muscles. So let's get ourselves all aligned. Remember in Pilates we're thinking about ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, all in a nice alignment. So we don't want the knees in, we don't want two out, we don't want the knees buckling in, or buckling in, buckling out, there we go. So make sure yourselves in all in nice alignment. From here we're going to come over those legs. So I'm making a nice C curve of the spine. From here, relax the shoulders down. Those shoulders always creep up. So relax those shoulders down. I want to take a nice big deep breath in. So we're just going to focus in on that breath. Because remember our breathing. As we inhale, exhale and Pilates, we're pulling that belly button spine. We're using that breath to help activate those abs. So inhale, exhale out. So think of an accordion. Think of the rib cage expanding out and then coming back in. So one more time, a nice big inhale. Exhale out. Pulling that belly button to spine. From here, roll those shoulders back. You're welcome to bring those hands back behind those knees. We're going to keep that C curve, so what we call a C curve in Pilates. We're just going to rock it back and bring it back up. So we inhale, exhale, come on back. If you feel more comfortable, you can reach those hands forward. Have a nice little stretch here, tuck the chin. Inhale, exhale, rock it back. Inhale in, exhale, rock it back. So I'm just trying to keep that little C curve. Once again, you might just be here mobilizing through that back. Inhale, exhale. Especially for us women, we get especially tight in that lower back, and it actually affects us connecting into those lower abdominals. So let's come back one more time. Inhale in, exhale, roll those shoulders back. I have to remind myself, bring yourself back up. Now you can bring the hands behind or just gently bring yourself down onto the mat. From here, shimmy the feet closer into the glutes. Make sure you still get that nice alignment right here. We have a little pelvic rock back and forth, just setting up that core. Remember, we want to set you up for success. So just take a little few moments at the start to set yourself up to get the most out of the workout. So I'm just rocking that pelvis back and forth. I'm going to come and find my neutral. So often I see women tuck under too much. So that nice neutral here, I think about the tailbone anchoring down into the mat, sink the rib cage down. You'll feel that nice little core connection. There should be still a little gap behind that back. I'm going to raise those arms up here. So right now I'm in that nice Pilates neutral position. So think about it, inhale, exhaling, drawing that belly button to spine. Arms are coming out with a nice little scapular placement. So often our scapula kind of wing out in our back. So we want a nice little placement here. So think about holding a Swiss ball right here. I lift it up to the ceiling, I drop it down. I can feel that nice space being created into my back. So I lift up and bring it back down. Just one more here. Lift it up, bring those hands back down, circle them all the way around. They're in a nice little hovered position right here. Roll the shoulders down. Think about a little tuck of the chin. So we don't want to lift like this. We're going to tuck the chin slightly under. Inhale, exhale, lift up and look at the feet. So I'm still holding that nice neutral and bring it back down. Inhale, exhale, reaching to the feet. So when my gaze comes up, inhale, exhale, we draw that belly button spine. We don't see any coning or doning of that abdominal muscles. Bring it back down. Inhale, exhale, lift up. Well, one more time, warming up those upper abs. Inhale, exhale, lift up. And place it back down here. Place the arms back down. We're going to come into an imprint. So we inhale, exhale. This time we think about shortening the distance between rib to hip connection. But it's led by that breath. So we inhale, exhale, bring ourselves into that nice imprint. So now I can feel my back just slightly massaging onto that mat. And then we pick up one foot and the other. We pick them up separately, so we pick them both up together. We lose that connection through the abdominals. Little toe taps here. Now we're warming up those lower abdominals. Now, if this is uncomfortable for you to have the feet lifted, you can just sit here and do a little march. So take what your body feels like today, because every day is a bit different. We want to listen to our bodies, or you can join me here, little toe taps. So just warming up that core, getting engaged with our body, being mindful of the muscles we're working. So right here is that lower abdominals working through. It's a nice little hip mobility 2, just marching through those feet. Let's go for 3, 2, last one, holding that tabletop position. So think about the knees over the hips, shin bones parallel. Those arms come back up in that nice wide position. So think about how we just did a little mobility right here. Anchor the scapula into the mat. Now it's opposite arm, opposite leg. So now we've got that cross-firing body pattern happening. So we're waking the body up, getting that movement through. Now if you're comfortable here, you can stretch that leg long and draw it back in. Stretch it long, draw it back in. Stretch long and back in. If it's too much coordination wise, it might be early in the morning, you might not have had much sleep, you're welcome just to cut one out. So you can just tap here, keep the arms, or move the arms. Just take what feels nice for your body and where you feel like you're at today. Now that's it, stretch long. Think about the energy going out through the toes, out through the fingertips. Let's go for 3, 2, and last one. Circle those arms around, hug those knees in, massage that lower back, a little knock side to side. Now if you find your chin's like this on the mat, make sure you have like a little blanket. You can just pop a little blanket. I've got some of my little floor here ready if I needed it, just to make sure that we're not kind of extending the neck like so. So a little rock side to side. Let's go for 3, 2, last one. Place the legs down, place the hands down, place the arms into the mat. So make sure the arms aren't squished side of the body, they're back to the side of my mat. So I like to say a nice V shape right here. Think about that pelvic tuck we were just doing before. I want you to roll through the pelvis and lift up into a bridge. Once you get to this position here, make sure the hip bones are nice and even to the ceiling and tuck and roll. So here you can make it as hard or easy as you like. So I'm really thinking about mobilizing through that pelvic floor and using those pelvic floor muscles. So I'm really tucking here, getting through one vertebra at a time. As I get to the top, you push through the triceps, and it's going to help you get that lift in the upper body. So that nice length right here. So check out your feet. Are you pushing evenly through those feet, driving through the heels, squeezing the glutes? So once again, we're mobilizing the back, getting ready for our workout. One more time, roll through. It feels really good too. So nice mobilization. Hit here. Inhale, exhale. Roll one vertebra all the way into the little stretch in those thighs and let it roll all the way and back out into that nice little neutral. Let's flip over and warm up our back muscles, and then we're going to get into those glutes. So from here, think about the legs as being parallel on the mat. Palm over palm, roll the shoulders back. Now from here, think about picking the belly button up off the mat. That's going to help you engage that core and protect that lower back. So I'm just inhaling, exhaling. See, I pick my belly button up and I'm just going to come into a little hover here. Make sure the elbows aren't facing up, they're kind of anchored slightly down. Inhale, exhale, lift up. So right now we're working that upper thoracic spine. That's it, lift up and bring it down. So as we strengthen that spine, it's going to help with our posture. And when we have good posture, we actually feel better about ourselves. And we actually have more functional movement in all our other workouts. So the more we can strengthen our back, we're actually going to be able to be more efficient in all our other movement and feel good, which is always a nice feeling. And lift up and bring it back down. One more time. Inhale, exhale, lift up and bring it back down. Bring those arms into a W. The nose is hovering on the mat. Think about long through the neck. So roll those shoulders back down and away. Inhale, exhale, lift up. So now we're heading into the mid-thoracic spine. And lift up here. So I'm not overextending. This is about my limit. We don't want the head lifting up. Gaze stays towards the mat. Inhale, exhale, lift up. I'm just having the lower bodies relaxed. I'm just working through that upper thoracic spine. Inhale, exhale, lift up and bring it down. Let's do one more. Inhale, exhale, lift up. Oh, it feels good. And bring it down. I love this one. Palms hit to the side of the mat, thumbs down, pinky up. Roll shoulders away. Pick that belly button up off the mat. So feel like yourself drawing that belly button up off the mat and lift up. So now we're into the lower thoracic spine. And you'll also feel your obliques, because remember your abs actually connect into the back. So doing this work here, we're actually toning the core at the same time. So abs wrap, that deep core muscles wrap into the spine. So we're working those obliques, we're working that lower thoracic spine, and bring it down. Inhale, exhale, reach back, and bring it down. One more time. Inhale, exhale, reach back, and bring it down. Bring the hands here, push back into a child's pose. So it's always important to do a counter stretch for that back. Bend it the other way. So once again, if this is a little uncomfortable for you, you can always pop a little blanket right here or have the knees wider. Roll the shoulders down. Now come back to that breath. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale out. Nice big inhale. And exhale out. Let's rock it all the way onto the floor. Now let's start getting some work. Let's start feeling that burn in those muscles. So we should feel nice and awake, nice and light. So get to this little all-fours position. Once again, my pinkies are about the edge of the mat. Push through the hands. Be active to that upper body. So we don't want to be here. Just like we were doing before that little scapular release, we've got a nice little push here. Now knock down here, pick the belly button up. So knees are about hip width apart. I'm going to bring my left knee into the center of the mat and lift my right leg up. So I'm in this nice little position right here. Body's working right here. It's a full body move. From here, we do a nice little rainbow, get mobility in the hips is working that glute. I'm going to tap the toe to the one side of the mat, rainbow up and over, rainbow back. So we're going to burn out one side of the glute and then we're going to go to the other side. It's going to be glorious. At the same time, I'm working my core and my upper body stabilizing right here. So gaze is towards the mat. Think about the lift and the rainbow right here. So we lift up, tap down. So I'm trying to keep those hips nice and square so not flailing around. So the core is working to stabilize right here. Tap up, tap down. So I'm trying to get one side of the mat, lift the other. So I can feel some nice mobility happening in that hip. We're working that glute. That's it. Let's go for 3, 2, last one. Bring it back to center. Flex that foot. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. So now working the back of the hamstrings. Remember, the hamstrings are the elevator to those glutes. So to get that nice lift in the glutes, we've got to work the back of those hamstrings. So we're lifting here, flexing through the foot. So feel that energy coming out through the heel. Once again, don't sink in the upper body. Lengthen the neck. Inhale, exhale. Let's go for 3, 2, last one. Hold it up there. Point that foot, bend that knee. Nice big hip circle. So it's like our little rainbow we were doing before, but we're getting a little bit more mobility, a little bit more range into that hip joint. Still working the glute. You'll probably feel your stabilizing glute on the other side starting to burn because it's having to hold you there. Reverse the other direction. So I love incorporating this mobility into the strengthening of our glutes. Our glutes are super important. For us females, they get quite sleepy. So I love Pilates because we work them separately so that one can't overtake the other. That's it, we're isolating that muscle off. Lift that knee back up. Now, if your wrists are getting sore, you're more than welcome to come back down here or stay up here with me. Bring that knee in into our little fire hydrants. So listen to your body. Your wrists can fatigue, so come down those elbows if you need. So we've got a little fire hydrants here, so just lifting to the side, keeping that L shape on that leg. That's it, lift up. Let's go for 3, 2, last one. Bring that knee, lift up, flex that foot, come down to the elbows. We've got our donkey kicks. Now these are classic Pilates glute booty lifting move right here. The knee connects in, we tap up. And I'm hoping you're feeling the burn because I'm definitely feeling the burn, especially that isolating glute. So tap here, push up, tap, push up. Let's go for 3, 2, last one. Hold up, there little pulses. It's not Pilates without some pulses. Gonna do some little pulses right here. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here, point and flex in. Hamstring curl. That's it, a little burn out to the end. Point, flex and get the articulation through that ankle joint. That's it, pushing through those elbows so don't let the upper body collapse. Let's go for 3, 2, last one. Lift yourself back up, bring that knee in, come back for a well-deserved stretch right here. Inhale, exhale out for 3, 2, 1. Roll yourself back up into that nice little box position. Pinkies to the side. Bring the right leg into the center. So you've got that little tripod happening right here. Make sure the hips aren't rotated. Hips are square, facing towards the mat. Belly button pulled in, pushing through the upper body. Working hard right here. Think about activating that quad. We tap to the side and lift up and over. So it's a nice little rainbow move. Now, if you guys like me, one side, My hip is a lot tighter than the other, so I have to really focus in. So this side for me, my hip's quite tight. If you've got little kiddies, carrying them around, usually one side of our body is a little bit unbalanced. That's it. So with the Pilates, we're trying to bring balance back into that body. So lift back up and over. And we're trying to engage gently through that pelvic floor, strengthening those muscles. So right here, my pelvis is stabilizing me. Belly button's pulled in. So you're working that pelvic floor without really thinking about it. That's it. Let's go for 3, 2, last one. Lift it up. Beautiful work, ladies. Flex that foot, tap and lift, hamstrings. Tap and lift. So really, it's on that lift. So don't cheat yourself and keep it low. Lift here, but you only lift as high. We don't want to see swaying in that lower back. So I'm only lifting as high as I've got control through here. That's it. So right there for me. Let's go for 3, 2, and last one. Point that foot, bring that knee in. Those nice big hip circles right here. Getting that mobility into that hip joint. Pushing through. Remember, if you're getting tired in the upper body, you can come down for those elbows. That's it. Let's go for 3, 2. Last one. Reverse the circle the other direction. So I'm thinking about drawing a circle like as a pencil on the end of my knee. So I'm trying to get that nice big rotation, keeping that L shape in the leg. Let's go for 3, 2. Last one. Lift it up. The knees connect. We shoot out to the side of that fire hydrant. Now this glute here is starting to fatigue because it's done lots of work now. So keep going. Remember, your body wants to give up, your mind wants to give up before your body. So you can push through. If you want to make this harder, you're welcome to put hand weights in the back of those knees, ankle weights on. There's always room for you to grow. Let's go for 3, 2, and last one. Lift that knee up, flex the foot, come down to those elbows. Once again, push up to that body, connect the knees, push to the ceiling. This is a great hip and glute strengtheners we're doing right here. Let's lift up, push through that body. Gazes on the mat. Little think about my core. Don't forget to breathe. Let's go for 3, 2, 1. Hold the top. There's little pulses. Oh, ow. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Point the foot. Bring it in. Work that hamstring. That nice little lift to the glutes. Connecting into those small muscles. That's it. Point, flex. Let's go for 3, 2. Last one. Bring it in. Point it up. Lift yourself up. Use that core. Bring that leg in. Pull back into that beautiful stretch right here. Inhale. Exhale out. For 3, 2, 1. Come back into the front. We're going to lie back down onto our tummies and come into some beautiful swimming. Once again, just back to strengthening that back. The arms come forward, roll the shoulder blades down. Let's just start with the noses just touching the mat. Let's just lift opposite arm, opposite leg to start off with. Now today you might just stay here and that's totally fine. Still working that body, think about length. Think about that pelvis pushing into the mat. Those 2 hip bones are pushing into the mat. Belly button's lifted, shoulders rolled back, down and away. Now if you feel comfortable with this, I'm going to take it up a notch. Inhale, exhale out, lift both up and take into a set of swimming. So right here, think about length through the fingertips, through the toes, swimming through. Right now, just think about swimming through the beautiful clear waters of Bali and the ocean. Feeling good. Let's go for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale, bring it down. We're going to do one more set. So you're welcome to stay just here or lift it back up with me. So let's inhale, exhale, step the scapula back, pubic bone in, tummy up, lift here and take into that swimming. So strengthening that back, working that core. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it down. Bring the hands to the side, tuck the toes. This time let's bring the knees wide and stretch back right here. Inhale, exhale out. That nice stretch to those inner thighs. Roll it back over, flip on back. We've got to finish with a little bit of core work. So once again, roll yourself back down, gently mat. So hands here, or rolling yourself back on down. So let's set yourself back up, have a little roll, find that little nice neutral position right here, from here. We're going to inhale, exhale, roll the shoulders down, lift up one, lift up the other, and reach to those toes. So from that little tuck of the chin, we're reaching up right here, come back into those little toe taps with the reach. So I'm just holding this little isolating move, shoulders back away. So you want to try and get to the bottom of the rib cage right here. If you want to, you can bring the hands behind the head. Make sure the elbows aren't here. I can see them in my peripheral vision. Let's go for 3, 2, last one. Bring those legs together. This time let's add that little rotation. So once again with bicycles, what often I see is people rocking around here. You want to take it lifting up and over. So even here, you might want to start here for a good cue and come back here and just focus on that rotation and that lift and stabilizing through that pelvis. That might feel like a bit more comfortable for you today, and just focusing on getting that nice little rock. Or inhale, exhale, you might be here with a little bent neck, focusing that rotation. Or you can take it to a straight leg and feel that nice movement through the back. Feels really good. So I'm thinking about opposite here. So not so much rocking to the side. So it's lifting up. That's it. Stretch those feet. Let's go for 3, 2, last one, and bring it to center, hug those knees in, relax that head down. One little last move here, and then we'll do fun rolling like a ball and cool down. So we want to get into those lower abs. It's a really hard place for us women to get into. Roll the shoulders down, place the hands here, bring one foot up and cross the ankles. So the ankles are crossed here, the knees are wide, and it's just a little pelvic peel and down. So what I don't want to see is it's a controlled little movement. So you still want to lengthen the neck, shoulders down. Use the upper body. Little rock here and back down. Inhale. So we're mobilizing through that lower back again. Because rolling like a ball, which we'll finish with, can actually be really hard if you've got not that much mobilization in that lower back. So here we're just articulating through that lower back. Let's do one more here. Roll it up, roll it down. Let's switch ankles. So here we've got the knees out to the side. So it's trying to help with stopping with that momentum. So it's all from the lower abs. That's it. Let's go for 3, 2. Actually, we need to do a couple more on this side. I'm cheating you out. Let's go for 3 here. 2. And last one. Lift it up. Bring those feet back down. This time, keeping the nice neutral and just lift into a hip bridge right here. So squeezing those glutes and place it back down. So before we did a pelvic peel, now we're doing a lift bridge. So these bridges are great to really activate the hamstrings and the glutes, which we've worked quite a bit already. But if you're going for a run or anything, it's great to activate them here and get them working so you get that nice push through. Because those glutes just don't want to work. That's it. Lift up and bring down one more time. Inhale, exhale, lift up, hold here. Push through those triceps to see if you can transfer the weight and place it back down. It's always good to play with transferring the weight. So trying to keep those hips stable. That's it, transferring through here. Let's go for 3. Adding a little extra bonus. 2. And last one. Bring it down, place those glutes down, roll onto your side, and we're just going to finish off with a little bit of rolling. So you always got to roll. Rolling's just a little bit of fun. Once again, top of the mat, bring your tootie toes up, roll your shoulders down, hands around the knees. Now, if rolling like a ball, you feel like a bit more like a flat tire, I would love you to come back to here, because it's actually a lot of abdominal work. So work on the C curve here if you feel like a bit of a flat tire, or up onto those toes, roll shoulders away, tuck the chin, think about belly bump. So think about that C curve we did at the start. So now I'm coming into that C curve, roll down, and we roll back up. So once again, it's another great way to see the equal in the body, because sometimes you can roll a little bit to one side, to the other side, and then you realize that one side is a bit more dominant than the other. So you're trying to think about getting that nice little neutral, coming back forward and back. Once again, you bring it back to here if you feel like that's a little bit too much for you. Wherever you're at, let's just do 2 more. So if you're here, just focusing on that C curve, drawing that belly button in, rocking back up, or with me, the one last roll. Bring it down, bring it all the way back up. See if you can hold here. Beautiful little challenge at the end. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross those legs over. Come forward into a nice little hip stretch. Oh, my hips are tight. That should feel nice right here. Roll those shoulders away. Inhale, exhale, bring the hands behind. Flip the legs to the other side. Come back into that little stretch right here. Inhale, exhale, roll yourself all the way out. Roll those shoulders down the way. And well done, ladies. You just completed a speedy, quick 20 minutes full body Pilates. Hopefully you can feel those glutes firing, your back feels lengthened and strengthened, and that core is on fire. Remember, more we can focus in on that pelvic floor, more we're going to connect through into those deep core muscles and get you guys feeling fabulous. Can't wait to see you for the next workout. Let me know what you think, and I can't wait to do it again. See you guys.